Okay, here we go. We've got Philadelphia-Adline starting immediately, and big break right away. Adeline punted, and Loop Cone fumbles, and Adeline recovers at the Philadelphia 13. So big break early for Adeline. I'm going to make sure everything's set correctly here. Okay. So Adeline coming in at 12-4, number one seed in the AFC. Philadelphia got in basically right at the end and did not win the division, but got the wild card and unfortunately drew Adeline in round one. Adeline had a great season this year. Jim Zorn at quarterback. They were the number three team as far as points scored and points allowed. Short pass got wrong. It's going to be 13 yards. And touchdown. Adeline up 6-0. Ooh, at 11 on the extra point, but it's still squeaked in there. And Pat Leahy has got a touchback on the kickoff. So Philadelphia getting the ball for the first time in the game. Richard Todd at quarterback. Wilbert Montgomery, over 2,000 yards rushing. And Ron Springs, I believe, had the most receptions in the yard. So here we go. And run right, guess wrong, Montgomery. He's got 5. He's not as much the long gain type as he is the +8, short gains, just consistently getting good yardage, guess wrong. Second 5, showing blitz. Both teams run a 3-4. Flat pass right, Mark Brammer, guessed right. +5, no fumble. That'll be a first down. Out to the Philly 30. Just getting started here. Springs off tackle, gains 5, second and 5. So 3 +5s to start for Philadelphia here. Good block there by the offensive tackle, Mike Ken, who had to be a 6 and was. And run right, guess wrong, Montgomery. He's got 4, and they'll set up a 3rd and 1. Both teams kind of middle of the pack as far as going for it on 4th down. Most teams probably average somewhere in the 25 to 30 times over the course of a season, so roughly twice a game. Tight end set here. Bring in Brammer and Barber. Three, 4 blitz. Off tackle left got strong springs, no extra men. Good chance of picking it up here. He rolls the dreaded 5. The only roll off his card, he would not have picked up a yard. He is going to punt. And Luke Prestridge kicks on a 7, 42 yards. Jeff Fisher, the same one you know as a coach, here to return it. He's got a pretty good return card. Fumbles, they recover. So Adeline so far has recovered both of the punt return fumbles, which is one for each side. It's 1st and 10. Jim Zorn in at quarterback. James Lofton, great receiver, of course. One of the best Freddie Solomon cards. And they also have Ramsey at tight end, who's had a good season. Mike Pruitt and Lynn Kane, both good running backs. Kane's a little more unexpected than you would think. Here's a right flat to McCain, incomplete. But he has a good card, and Mike Pruitt's had several good cards in the late 70s. And I consider this one of the better Zorn cards, too. You don't really have the turnovers, but you've got a lot of big plays. One of the better quarterbacks in the set this year. You're short to Lofton, guess right for him in his zone. It's going to be a dump off, 5-yard pickup. It's going to set up 3rd and 5. Random of 96, so very little chance of a sack. Short pass, no chance. And 3 wide receiver and Mike Pruitt in the backfield, shotgun. Jim Zorn can and run. Defense stays 3-4, even with the 3 wide receiver set. Short to Lofton. 1 blitzer, 4 men in zone, incomplete. So it'll bring up 4th and 5. They're going to punt from their own 24 here. Up 7-0 mid-second or mid-first. It's a good punt return. Tommy Vicarito, 23 yards. And sets up Philadelphia at the Adline, 46 to start the drive. Hey, Dick. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
Good.
All right. Couple of fumbled punt returns early. Adeline recovered both of them, converted the first one into a touchdown. But Philadelphia's got a good field position here after a 23-yard punt return. 1st and 10 at the Adeline 33.
Yeah, that Adeline offense is really tough to stop. So getting him to punt is a good thing.
Yes. I don't know. I don't remember. Philadelphia probably has the league's leading rusher. Montgomery had over 2,000. I don't believe anybody else was up that high. So
Yeah, I don't remember if I played Philadelphia. I kind of think I didn't. But I know Adeline, I split with him. He gave me a tough time.
I did play Philadelphia. I didn't play Adeline. And, there's going to be a 56-yard play penalty. Holding. Oh, tough break for Philadelphia there. I did not play Adeline, but I played Philadelphia and won, but had a great, probably the best game of the year from Joe Ferguson. So 1st and 20 at the Adeline 43. It's going to go 2 wide receiver, 2 tight end versus the 3-3-5. Montgomery's still got all his guess wrong runs going. No single back right. It's an in run left, guess wrong, Montgomery. He's got a short gain, 14. Nice comeback there. 2nd and 6.
I'm not sure if you can do anything about it, but I don't see the card image. I have a feeling you're sharing just the game instead of the entire screen. So if you want to go back and say present and then select the entire screen, we'll get the card image in.
Yeah, let me check, see if I can do that.
That might add to the broadcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay.
So it's back in StreamYard.
Let's see. Go back for the play. 6-yard pickup for Montgomery, 2nd, or 1st and 10 at the 23. It's a double team on Carmichael, short to Carmichael. Incomplete off the receiver card. Okay. I'll stop screen for a second and share screen. Entire screen.
And then select entire screen, yeah.
Whoops. Misclick. Okay, there we go.
Now we got the whole picture. Perfect.
Excellent. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. 2nd and 10. Showing blitz. Short to Carmichael again. Guessed right. Couple blitzers coming from the linebacker slot. Or no, probably a free safety on one. Yes. It's going to be another dump off. 7-yard pickup. So it'll set up 3rd and 3 at the Adline 16. 4:12 remaining first quarter. Going tight end.
He's able to overcome that holding call, which is huge.
Yes. That was a great job there. Both of the runs to get the first down by Montgomery. Todd so far 3 for 4, 25 yards. Showing blitz. So Springs eligible to run here as well. Off tackle wrong for Montgomery. Got 1 man in zone. Got 3. First down. Moving the guy up saved plus 11. Turned it into a plus 3, but still picked up the first down there. So at the Adline 13. How did you do against Adline?
I think he whipped my butt pretty good the first time, and then I was able to have one of those games where everything goes right, and snuck out a win the second time.
Gotcha. There's Springs off tackle. Guess wrong.
But I did feel that he was the best team in our conference of the teams I played.
Yeah, it appeared it was the second best overall team after Wilmington, of course. Just looking at the plus minuses and things and the overall team, it looks like a pretty well-rounded team.
Yeah, if only Anthony was on the broadcast, he could tell us where he ranked.
True.
He's got his delicious stat packs.
Yep.
Make it
Fantastic.
fun.
Yes. 2nd 7 at the 10, everything open, showing blitz, and run right Montgomery, guess right. It's got 12, touchdown. And we're a Stenerud kick away from a tie. Yes, it's the same Jan Stenerud from back in the 60s. He got it. So we're tied at 7. Takes a touchback there. 1st and 10. Off tackle right, guess wrong, Pruitt. Short gain, 16 yards.
I really like that Zorn card in this set. I played them as a stock team, and he doesn't really do a lot excellent, but he does everything good.
Yes. And you made a great point in this set. Of course, every set's going to have different guys that are, say, maybe the 5th best in one set, might be 15th in another, but Zorn is very good for this set. It's a flat pass Kane. He had quite a few catches. There's a +6, his first catch of the day. 2nd and 4. It's guess wrong, off tackle right, Pruitt. The dreaded 5 is going to set up 3rd and 4. See, Pruitt, definitely one of those guys gets you out of containment right away. 21 chances of +6 or better. Guess wrong. So 3rd and 4. Everybody's staying normal, no blitzing. Short Solomon, a couple of linebacker blitzes, +15.
It's interesting when you're playing these retro sets, you really have to shift your mindset as a defensive coach. You can't get away with it as easily calling pass all the time like you do in the modern game, because the runners here are great guess wrong, and they're still pretty good guess right.
Yep, and the guess wrongs aren't +4s and +5s predominantly. You get a lot of guys that have, 20, 22, 24 chances of 6 or better. So you immediately get out of contain if you don't call runs and give up a guess wrong run. So 1st and 20, have a pass interference against Adline. Lynn Kane pushed off before the reception. We saw Philadelphia get out of a 1st and 20 earlier. It was long to Lofton. Guess right, it's going to be picked off. +25. Not all turnovers are even. That's not one of the turnovers I consider to be a bad turnover. I consider that almost like a good turnover. Yeah, you got a 25-yard return, so it's only a net of +5, but you already had pretty good field position, and it was 1st and 20. That's not a terrible turnover.
Especially in a league where you have limits on the number of carries you get throughout the playoffs.
As well as kickers who miss in the 40-yard range a lot more than in the modern days.
A good point. Although it would have been fun to see him try to run a couple times to see if he could get it close.
Yep. Or fish for a blitzing linebacker or something. But there's definitely a
Right.
chance of getting a run call 1st and 20. I mean, we saw, he had just ran twice on the other side. So definitely a good chance of
Right.
something like
Right.
that happening with a great running back like Pruitt. So you never know. Might get a break and get a guess wrong long to Lofton there. Long to McCollum,
I just,
guess wrong. Incomplete. Had a good shot there. Richard Todd
I just
looking
don't.
deep.
Yeah, I just don't
Well,
remember a lot of run calls by Philadelphia yet. Maybe I missed them, but it seems like it's a lot of pass for them defensively. I mean,
oh, gotcha. Yeah, I only played them once. I play them every second year, so haven't had a great beat on exactly how good, or I should say how much he plays the run.
yeah, and Anthony, as you see, called run there. It didn't cost him, but he's calling around a little bit more than the other one.
Yep.
And who is it? Brand, not Brandon. It's John, right?
No, it is Brandon.
Who is Brandon's the coach of Philadelphia?
Yes, I believe so.
No, I think I played Brandon. I think John
It,
Wright is the
no,
coach of
it may.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, if it's not, it's Kurt. Let me check here.
Oh, yes, you're right. It is Kurt. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, Brandon, yeah, had Tombstone, who we saw play you earlier.
Yeah, beat me. Couldn't stop him.
That was a fun game to we watched, but Anthony and I also called the game. That was a fun game to participate in. It was a
For sure.
exciting game all the way. There's a look into Carmichael on 1st and 10. Long gain, 36 yards. So he's down to the 1. Game tied 7-all. 13 minutes left in the first half. So Richard Todd, 5 for 7, 69 yards. Ron Springs had quite a few rushing touchdowns, I remember, this year. And it's a linebacker, Springs. And guess who was looking for it, Anthony? Got in anyway with the center roll. Good call by Anthony anyway. 13-7 Philly. And Stenerud with the extra point. Good field position to start. 21-yard return.
So we got to see how Kurt responded when he was down by a touchdown. Now we're going to see how Anthony responds since he's now down by a touchdown.
Yep. It's a 1-yard pickup. Deerdorf unable to make the block there. He is a 5, but needed to be a 6. Soft tackle right, guess wrong, man in zone. And he beats him. Oh, Richardson's a 5, needed to be a 6. So gets it to 3rd and 5 with a pickup of 4 yards. See if we stay in the normal set. We'll go to a 3 wide receiver look here with that line. It's going with the 1 running back set with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. So no single back right. And he's got containment on linebacker if both linebackers stay at home and off left tackle, but not off right tackle. And not on end runs if he gets to 3. Short to Solomon. 4 men in zone, guess right, 14 yards. Big pickup there by Freddie. Now
Gotta
you've
love
got
those when your
ball.
receiver helps you out there like that.
Yes. And now you've got great field position. Being down 7 at the 45 of it's on excuse me. It's on your own 45, but you feel pretty good about 4 down territory, being down 7 if you can get it into 4th and 2, 4th and 3. And there's a nice 5-yard first down pickup. And being down, you want to get some points on the board if at all possible. So starting to work field position a little bit better. Now you're down at the Philadelphia 40, 2nd and 5. Pruitt off tackle wrong, but gets 0.
Another dreaded 5.
Yes. So Russell Davis, who's got a good card, is now in the game. I remember Anthony mentioning he wanted a few more quality carries than what Mike Pruitt offered, and there's a right flat to Derek Ramsey. Incomplete. So we'll set up on 4th and 5, but this is goalable here. It's going to go ahead and play the field position game. Still plenty of time to take advantage of it. So Philly on their own 14 will start up 14-7, 9 minutes before the half. It's long to Carmichael. It's guessed wrong. Incomplete. Got a Carmichael's card, and you see a plus 85 there on 12. So he could have gone a long way had he got a big play there. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, those are the kind of cards back in the cards and dice days where you're like, high numbers, come on.
Yep.
I need those big ones.
If you can get a 6 on the first die, you got it made. It's Wilbur Montgomery getting stopped by the nose tackle, Bill Neal. It's going to set up 3rd and 10. Probably see if Adline brings in, they've got a Lalo Zato, who's a pass rusher. He's a little better than their defensive left end. We'll see if he comes in. Yeah, he does. He's a 4-10. Not showing blitz. 3 wide receiver, 1 running back. Montgomery's a 5 pass blocker. Nice. There's a draw. It's got containment in effect, but it's guessed wrong here with no, it's plus 3. It's single back right. It's going to set up 4th and 7.
Well, when you decide to punt, just near midfield, that's the kind of response that makes you happy that you made that decision when you get a 3 and out.
Yes. Okay, so Adelaide will take over at their own 24.
That was a hold. Was that a hold on the return?
Yes, I was about to say illegal block, actually. And so what would have been a 47-yard exchange became 57. So really nice punt exchange there for Philadelphia. Quakers got a lot of yards out of that punt. There's Lynn Kane with a plus 8, 2nd and 2. Hey, can you take over the play-by-play for a minute or so?
Sure, absolutely.
I'll be right back.
All right, pro set against the 3-4. 2nd and 2. A little bit of a delay here on the play call. Looks like an off tackle run. Guess wrong is going to pick up 6. It'll be a first down out to the Adline 38. That was Mike Pruitt on the carry. Zorn still in the pro set. That's going to be the preferred formation for Adline throughout the game. They have good fullbacks and good running backs. Off tackle right, again, he's sticking with the run, and Philadelphia is content to call pass and put a linebacker in whatever zone he thinks he's going to run in. He guessed it correctly that time, but it's still another 6-yard pickup on the D card, thanks to the offensive tackle making the block. You might see Anthony try to call some draw plays to get away from those linebackers on the inside. Maybe that's what here's a run call. Guess right run. Still going to pick up 5, but like to see that from Kurt calling run there. So Anthony can't run, guessed wrong, without fear of getting caught. First and 10 out to the Adline 49. And run to Lynn Kane. Back-to-back run calls. Kurt says, I'm not just going to call pass all day. No matter what you say on the color commentary there, Mr. Crowley. So, making some adjustments as you seeing Anthony being content to pound the ball on the ground. 2nd and 7.
Okay, back.
All right, it's all yours. Just into Philadelphia territory, or Adeline just into Philadelphia territory.
And
3 run calls in a row. Wow, I just had to point that out. Okay, over to you. This is the 3rd run call by Philadelphia after I told him he was never calling runs. So he
I heard you say something. I heard you say something about Mr. Crowley. What I miss?
I just said, because I was saying, Kurt's never calling run, and he's like, I'll show you, Mr. Crowley, what I'm going to do. He called run on an end run, got that guess right, called run a 3rd time, and finally Anthony switched it up and went to a short pass. So first down now.
Both these teams will run quite a bit on offense.
No, it's 2nd down. Yeah.
They've got good runners, and they will run them.
Time not really a factor for Adeline with 3:18 left and all their timeouts.
Big run for Pruitt, 21 yards down to the Philadelphia 6. Adeline looking to tie it before the half. Going heavy jumbo set here. Full house, 2 tight ends. 1st and goal at the 6. Ted McKnight in, along with Perry Harrington. Yes. Short to Ramsey. Guess wrong. Touchdown. Zorn had a lot of touchdowns this year. I want to say roughly 27 to 31 in that range. So Zorn gets 9 for 15, 94. A couple touchdowns, 1 pick for Zorn. Kurt says, great drive. That was painful. Extra point is good. So far, all 3 IFL playoff games have been close. Wilmington ended up winning by a larger margin, but the game was actually very close into the 3rd quarter when it seemed like Wilmington kind of opened it up. But it had been a really close game. So it's 14 all, 2:06 remaining. Philadelphia opening at their own 29. Short to McCollum. Guess wrong. Incomplete. Got the receiver roll, but incomplete. So 2 minutes left. That'll open up defenses and free safety blitz, but they'll stay pro set 3-4.
Kind of cool to see Wilbur Montgomery and Harold Carmichael on Philadelphia in the IFL.
I hadn't thought of that. That is cool. Enron Wright gets wrong, Montgomery. He's got 5. As you can see, he's kind of a steady guy. He's got a lot of short gains, but he's not like the kind of guy that's got long gain on 4 or anything like that. He's got, 11, 12, 15 chances of short gain or better. So,
nice.
And several hits other than that. I mean, +6, +8, +7, +5. So 3rd and 5. So far, 3 catches for Springs. Enron Wright guessed wrong. Got the block, 8 yards, first down. See if Philadelphia uses their first timeout or not. They'll go hurry up. Pro set 3-3-5. Short Springs being double teamed. Incomplete. So good call there by Anthony, knowing Springs has got a great card, even short for a receiver or a running back, and hadn't really seen as many targets as you might think. So he did a good job anticipating that might be a shot. 2nd and 10. Pro set 3-4 here. And run, guess wrong. Men in zone. Picks up a yard. Springs unable to make the block. Needed to be, actually did make the block. +1 instead of -4. Springs being a 5 needed to be to make that block. It's going to set up 3rd and 9. Much better than 3rd and 14.
Yeah, it's the old bailout 10 roll.
Yep. So staying in a pro set and a 3-4 here. 37 seconds as they let the clock run down. It's incomplete. So they'll be punting here on 4th and 9 from their own 43. There are some decent returners in the game, and that's going to be a short 29-yard punt. And here comes Jeff Fisher. Touchdown.
Oh,
Big
my.
play. Future head coach Jeff Fisher with a long 72-yard touchdown return with 22 seconds left in the half. Mr. 8-8 with a huge play.
That's what decides these big games.
Absolutely.
Big plays, turnovers, special teams.
Yep.
You got 2 good teams. The margins are pretty thin.
Yep. That's why you believe in special teams. You're always looking at, at some point in a game, the average is that each team's going to roll a 2 and a 12 on special teams. There's like 30 something chances per game, counting kickoffs, returns, coverages, extra points, field goals. So if it happens to be the two and you've got a touchdown instead of plus 27, makes a big difference in a game like this where here you are in a playoff game and that puts you ahead instead of just giving you the ball at midfield. So
it certainly magnifies the impact of those plays.
Sure does. Richard Todd will take a knee, and that'll probably lead us to a 21-14 Adline lead at the half. Good game so far. A quick look at the stat center intermission. Jeff Fisher with the big punt return. Doesn't show any sacks so far. 175 yards for Adline, 143 for Philly. 3 for 6 on third down for Philly, 2 for 5 for Adline. Adline's been able to run one more play so far. And they've ran the ball pretty well, 5.8. Zorn with a nice first half so far. And we're going right into the second half. Kick to the 5, 20-yard return by Tony Collins. So Philly with the ball at their own 25 down, 21-14. Looking to Springs, 2 men there. Incomplete. Got the reward. Would have been a receiver role, but takes it away with the second man in the zone. So 2nd and 10. Not showing blitz here. Guess wrong, long to Carmichael. Richard Todd's got a pretty good guess wrong card. It's not near as good guess right, but he's got like 12 or 13 chances guess wrong. He's got a long gain, 47 yards. Yeah, 13 chances guess wrong of hitting it. He's, I think, 3 guess right, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so huge differential in right and wrong for Richard Todd. Joe Ferguson's one of those kind of guys. There's quite a few in this particular set that have they don't look all that good guess right long, but they're above average guess wrong. So good field position. Go ahead.
That's the counterpoint to not calling a lot of run. Because if you do get caught guess wrong on a run, it could be a big impact.
Exactly. Off tackle wrong, Montgomery's got 7. It's got a lot of those kind of runs as you look. +8 on 7, +9 on 9 or on 10, +7 on 11, +6 on 4, and those aren't even the big plays. So showing blitz, 2nd and 3 at the 21. Looking to McCollum, 1 man there, guess right. Short gain, 15 yards. That'll get him to the 6. So Philadelphia coming out looking to tie.
That's a real-life Seahawk, Sutton Sam McCullum on that catch.
Yep. Playing with Largent during that era, right?
Yep.
I remember McCullum being on the expansion team in 1976 as well.
Yeah. He kind of got a raw deal because he was very vocal for the union, and he kind of got blackballed after 1981 by the teams. He didn't get signed.
Yep. I did a card and dice replay with that team. I think we went 5-9. I think in real life they were 3-11, 2-12 maybe.
Yep.
But it was fun. It had Jim Zorn and a couple other guys that were fun. Sherman Smith. But the team fumbled a lot. I think they had a straight up fumble on 10.
Was it the 81 team?
No, 76 expansion team.
Oh, 76. Yeah, no, they were terrible. They were 2 wins.
But I wanted to have, like, say, a replay with them, and they were a lot of fun to play with, actually. But I remember McCullum being the
heavy offense in 77, 78, 79, and 81. But their defense and offense were both pretty bad. A little bit of fun, but nothing to write home about in 76.
No. So Ron springs in for the touchdown, and we got a tie game. And 20-yard return is going to get it up to the 32. But yeah, I had a thing for wanting to, I don't know, maybe it was wanting to be punished thing, but I replayed, I want to say, one of the expansion baseball teams in 76 as well. I want to say it might have been the Blue Jays, but anyway, it was just kind of fun having all the names that had never got any at bats or never, like Zorn, never really had a chance to start. It's just kind of fun seeing them all of a sudden playing, and I was only 15 or 16, so just kind of looking for some kind of fun team to coach.
Yeah, a challenge for sure.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 here. Incomplete on the first one. Zorn looking for Kane. It was a nice opening drive there by Kurt. It's a flat pass right, guess right to Kane. And again, incomplete. So ran that play 2 plays ago. Same result, incomplete. It's a play they've had success with, though. Kane, like I say, is not a bad guess wrong runner, but he is a solid receiver, and so is Mike Pruitt always. So 3rd and 10, he'll go 3-3-5 shotgun, and 3 wide receiver, 1 fullback set. He's got a 6 at middle linebacker, so except for the end run by Zorn, you've got containment in effect as long as the middle linebacker stays home. Don't see this as an end run kind of play for him, though. I think he'll go short, maybe long. Long to Solomon, guarded by 5, 1 man deep. It's going to be a dump off, and got 10. It's part of the logic in going for a big play there. You're 3rd and 10, and dump off is going to come up a little more frequently, and you've got a good offensive line as far as pass blocking, so definitely a philosophy a lot of people use. 1st and 10, Adline at their own 42. It's going to be a good play. Freddie Solomon catches a deep ball, guess wrong. Look at that 5 or 6 roll, plus 60. That's crazy.
Wow.
You don't see those quite like that all that often.
Well, I have made my commute home. I'm going to jump off here. I don't think I'll be able to join the rest of the way, but I'll watch it tonight. Good luck to both teams, and thanks, Tim, for doing this.
Okay, thanks, Dennis, and catch you around. So here we are, 9:54 left, 3rd quarter, 21 all. It's going to be a flat to Derek Ramsey. It's going to be an 8-yard pickup. He beat the linebacker 5. Cedric Brown's going to set up 2nd and 2 at the Philly 24. So they're in solid field goal range. Would like to get a little closer and also like to score, of course, a touchdown instead of the field goal, but they're in field goal range here. Pro set, 3-4. Long to Lofton, it'll be guessed wrong. Incomplete. It got Lofton's card. And that's where you want the small rolls, 2 through 7. And got the 11. So good call, good situation, bad roll. 3rd and 2, pro set 3-4. we take a shot deep again. Kurt go short yardage here and try to snuff out the run and defend the flats as well. He does go short yardage, short to Solomon. Defender X short gain, 16 yards. It's going to get down to the 8. So Freddie Solomon's made a couple of big catches here in this game. And it's going to give him 6 catches, 90 yards for the day. And had it not been short yardage, Eric Harris would not have made the play on the white die 6. So didn't cost him anything going short yardage there. And got a heavy jumbo set. And it's going to be guessed wrong. Short touchdown, Jerome Barkham, the other tight end, getting the one there. 3rd touchdown of the game for Jim Zorn. And it's Pat Leahy on for the extra point. And Kurt, that didn't take long. Both defenses struggling. Neither offense is having a whole lot of trouble so far in this game. And the extra point's good, and it's 28-21. So kickoff to the 3, 15-yard return. Richard Todd will take over his own 18. Down by 7, mid-3rd. It's guessed wrong. Edwin Wright Montgomery got a blitzer in that zone. Short gain, 16-yard pickup, Wilbert Montgomery. 15 carries, 92 yards, 6.1 and a touchdown. So Philly gets it out to their 34, 1st and 10. Flat pass right, Mark Brammer. Got a 6 in that zone right now. No sack chances, plus 7. It's going to make it 2nd and 3. Long to Carmichael, being double teamed. 1 blitzer coming. It's going to be incomplete. Carmichael, 2 catches, 83 yards so far. So we've got 3rd and 3. Base sets going for both teams here. Off tackle left guess wrong for Montgomery. And there's a linebacker in the zone who's a 6, but it's nose tackle, -1 or +3. He does not make the play. Bill Neal. The roll of 6. He beats the 5. 3-yard pickup, big 1st down. Those are the kind of plays that you never know. Just a play like that may be the difference in the end. It's easy to forget at the time, but big 3-yard pickup there. New set of downs. Down by 7. Now the ball at their own 44. Montgomery 16 for 95, and he's still got 11 unfatigued carries. So flat pass right, Sam McCollum working on a 5. Incomplete. Todd 8 of 17, but good yards, 138, and no turnovers. 2nd and 10. Soft tackle guess right, Montgomery. He's got a 4 helping in the linebacker zone. Loses a yard. It'll set up 3rd and 11. Philadelphia at their own 43. 5:24 left in the 3rd. Staying in the pro set. Three, 5. Springs, excellent receiver, as we've mentioned, and Montgomery is a good pass blocker as well. So you can throw to Springs without worrying about losing your pass blocking against an Astros. Short to Springs, guess right, 4 men. Pass rush, it's going to be Lalo Zato. Again, he doesn't start, but he comes in as a pass rush specialist. He's a 10 and beat a 4. And it was 64-44. So a 6 would not have made the sack there, but a 10 would. A 7 wouldn't even make a sack there. So nice call there by Anthony, getting the better pass rusher in on 3rd down. And after the punt of 42, 2-yard return by Jeff Fisher, one of the stars of the game for Adline so far, with a long punt return touchdown of 70+ right before the first half ended. And Adline leads 28-21 with the ball at their own 20. Just under 5 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Short to Ramsey, 4 men in zone, guess right. Zorn looking underneath on a dump off. He's got 20-yard pickup. Mike Pruitt. So Zorn's up to 182, 15 for 24, and the 3 big touchdowns. Long to Lofton, it'll be guessed right. Defender X or plus 31. It's offsides. So 1st and 15. Go with the 2 wide receiver, 2 tight end look. We'll take a quick look. But Russell Davis is loaded with short gains, as you see. So there's a kind of situation where you use those few carries you have, or at least use the threat. And he's going to throw into 2-minute zone, gets at least 7. So Jim Zorn throwing a right flat pass there. Derek Ramsey makes the catch for 7. But Kurt was prepared for it with 2 men in the right flat zone. So brings it to 2nd and 8. It's going to be long to Lofton, no men deep. Defender extra plus 32. Incomplete. So Rod Perry makes the play. 5 versus a 5. I had the pick that Rod Perry was drafted with and traded it for a end of the career middle linebacker who was really good, Bill Berge, and kind of fit my timeline. But Rod Perry, there's an interception. 2 through 3, and Jim Zorn's going to throw a pick, and there's no yards on the return. So 2 through 3 chance of an interception, and he gets a split roll of 2. So anybody would have thrown a pick on that one. And Rod Perry makes the interception. But anyway, Rod Perry is a guy who really would have fit real well too, and had a great career. But like I say, just one of those things. Bill Berge fit the window I was kind of working in at the time and was a weak spot for us. So no regrets, but nice pickup there for Philadelphia. And here's a look into Springs. When men in zone gets right, it's going to be a short gain, pickup of 16. So Philadelphia from their own 47 immediately down to the Adline 37. So try to take advantage of the turnover on a low chance by Zorn. And run Montgomery, guess wrong. He's been wrong a lot, but he's had an extra linebacker in the zone a lot too. +5. So second 5 from the Adline 32. Montgomery, 18 for 99. Flat right Springs, guess right, 6 in zone. +5, flag on the field, holding by Philadelphia. So it's going to set up a 2nd and 15 at the Adline 42. We've seen Wilbert Montgomery help bail them out of penalties earlier in the game. If you're Anthony, there's a draw and it's guess run, so it's going to move linebackers up and it'll be a gain of 1. But if you're Anthony, you have to be leery of calling run with Richard Todd's guess wrong long pass there. So cat and mouse game, both thinking run there, and that works to the advantage of Adline. So it will be 3rd and 14, Adline 41. 3 receiver, 1 running back, not showing blitz. Didn't appear. Adline was a heavy free safety blitzing team just by their total sack chance or total sack opportunities. And there's a 9-yard pickup, which is worthwhile because it gets it to the Adline 32 and sets up a 4th and 5. And he only got 4. It's not quite as good a chance, but now you only need 5 yards, and they will go for it here. Pro set. Adline can choose any defense they like. Showing 3-3-5 and the blitz. It's got 2 good containment guys that'll be perfect. Middle linebacker and right linebacker. 5 at outside left. Be an off-tackle draw, so containment will be in effect as the 6 is still there, but he gets the block and grabs 8. It's one of the reasons you run it there. Lots of chances of, if there's no extra linebackers moved up, of getting it off the defensive guard, getting a block, beating a defensive lineman. So nice pickup there. 8 yards by Montgomery, and that sets the first down for Todd here at the Adline 24, last play of the 3rd quarter. Another fun playoff game going so far. Long to Carmichael, no man deep, guarded by 5. Couple of our linebackers blitzing, incomplete. So we've seen some pressure. Have we seen a sack of note? One sack for -3 yards. Lalo Sato. So 2nd 10, it'll be guess wrong, off tackle Springs to the left. No extra linebackers there. It's got 6. So that'll set up 3rd and 4 at the Adline 18. Good field goal range. We'd like to get the tying touchdown, but pro set versus the 3-4 blitz. Short to Carmichael, guess right. Free safety blitz, but no additional linebackers here. It's going to be a dump off. It's going to be a short game, 12 yards, down to the 6. So random chance of 1 through 32, very good, but it was an 88. So got to the dump off, and Richard Todd now 10 for 20, 166. No turnovers. And tight end set, linebacker Ron Springs, guess right. He picks up 3, beats the linebacker Larry Evans, who's a 4, got a white roll 6. So down to the 3, tight end set. Three, 4 blitz. Off tackle left, Montgomery, guess right. Makes the block, touchdown. Mike Ken, who made a block earlier. And he makes the big block. Montgomery in for the score, his second touchdown rushing, and we're tied at 28. 12:54 left in the game. Kickoff to the 3, good coverage, 13-yard return by Eddie Payton. So Philly and Adline, 28 all. Quite a bit of offense in this one. Just guess wrong. Linebacker in zone. Pruitt does not get the block. Derek Ramsey, being a 4, needed to be a 6. Second and 10. Lead has not been higher than 7 points in this game. So draw, guess wrong, picks up 4, set up 3rd and 6. Get you back within those meat of the card must runs. 3 wide receiver, fullback Pruitt, shotgun. Pruitt's a 5, pass blocker. Even with the nickelback, you got 5s across the secondary for for Philadelphia. And there is a must run, plus 10. So Jim Zorn picking it up with his legs, first carry of the game. Adline at their own 30, 10:48 remaining. Off tackle left, guess right. Mike Pruitt's going to lose a yard. Second 11. So that'll open up the formations totally for both teams. And we got Russell Davis in as the lone back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Seen this look before. 3-3-5 by Philly. Short to Derek Ramsey, 4 men in the zone for the Quakers. Incomplete. Got the big interception pickup, 2 through 5, 11, and 12. And as the road team, that would have been a completion had he not had 4 men in the zone. That would have been a plus 12. And that would have picked up the first down. But instead, we got 3rd and 11. So good job there by Kurt. 3-3-5 blitz. 3 wide receiver, 1 fullback shotgun. Short to Freddie Solomon. We've seen this work on big plays, and it does again. 15 yards, Zorn to Solomon. Freddie, 7 for 105. That puts Zorn over 200. 9:36 left. Adline out to their own 44. Off tackle left, Pruitt. He's got 3. Guess right. Second and 7. Pruitt 15 for 71. He's got 9 unfatigued carries. And run left, Lynn Kane. He's going to lose a yard. Guess wrong. That was one of the few plays he wasn't going to get you out of containment, but doesn't hit the card where he wants to there. So it's going to set up 3rd and 8. Does Freddie Solomon and Jim Zorn have some more magic in the short pass column here? Showing blitz. Short to Lofton, 4-man in zone. It's going to be a dump off. Needs 8. It's got 5 and a fumble. He recovers it. See if he'll return it here, hoping for 3 or more. Got 1. It's going to set up 4th and 2. At the Philly 48. It's going to punt. .806 left in the game. We're tied at 28. See if you can draw them off sides here on the punt. .45-yarder, number 1 back, but it's steep enough he'll probably let it go. And it kicks back a yard, so nice punt there. Adline gives themselves 96 yards of field to defend. Ball at the 4, middle of the 4th, 28 all. It's not showing blitz here. It's not got a great starting bunch of guys as far as pass rush, so not wanting to give up the extra sniper scope there. It's off tackle left. It's going to be guessed wrong. Got 4. 2nd and 6. Springs 8 carries, 25 yards. Got like 3 catches as well or so. Springs has gotten into the end zone a couple of times running the ball as well, once being keyed. It's going to be short to Carmichael. Guess wrong. Incomplete. So it's going to set up 3rd and 6. Ball at their own 8. Big play coming for Philadelphia. Sure like to get some yards back for your defense if you can. Pro set 3-3-5. Off tackle draw Montgomery. He will not break contain if it's off his card. It's a +1. So no turnover, but 4th and 5, going to have to punt it back to Adline and their excellent offense. It's middle of the road punt, 42 yards, 10-yard return. So Adline will start in Philadelphia territory at the 41, 6 minutes left in a tie game. We'll take a look at the card of Pat Leahy. So he's 2 through 8 and 12. If you get inside the 22, and 2 through 7, 11 and 12 to the 32, but doesn't give you much outside the 32. So you're pretty happy if you can get it inside the 32 to about the 30. There's a short gain, 18-yard pickup. Nice first play of the drive. It's a dump off to Lofton to get the 18 yards to get him down to the 23 of Philadelphia, 5:24 remaining. So sitting pretty all of a sudden if you're Adline. You're in good field goal range, and you've got a chance to run some clock and maybe get in for a touchdown. It's off tackle right, short yardage. It'll be offensive tackle +6. Nice block there by Dan Deerdorf. 5 versus a white 4. We saw him miss one earlier. Nice redemption there by Deerdorf. 2nd and 4 at the Philly 17. Not showing blitz. Short yardage, off tackle guess right. Linebacker -1 or +4 does not make the play. First down. So Wingo is a 5, but it was a white die 6. And could end up being a big play because it resets the clock with a new set of downs, 4:12 remaining. -1 there would have been a nice play. Got you into a containment situation. Just touchdown. Jim Zorn, Derek Ramsey, look in, and he's got 13 yards. 4th touchdown of the game for Jim Zorn. Extra point is good. So 35-28 Adline. And got a touchback, so 3:36 left. Plenty of time. Richard Todd with Wilbur Montgomery. Long to Carmichael, guess wrong. Respecting Wilbur Montgomery. Defender extra +27, caught. So nice play for Philly there, out to the 47. You didn't have to have a chunk play, but that keeps your offense balanced. Now you're not in any kind of a hurry. You've got 3 minutes, 3 timeouts, 53 yards to go. So you're in a good situation. Long to Carmichael again, guess right this time. Incomplete. So Kirk taking advantage of the gravity of Wilbur Montgomery drawing run calls, even in a 7-point game late. Adline has protected the run a little bit more than probably some coaches would, and you've got to take the good and the bad. And sometimes you're going to stop Montgomery from getting a big play, and every once in a while it may cost you on a long pass. There's a 5-yard pickup. Nice shot for Montgomery. It's going to set up 3rd and 5. Ron Springs making the block there on the end run. So you're definitely in a 4-down territory unless you have a big penalty or sack here. And getting it to 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10 helps a lot. Short to Springs, guess right. No additional pass rush. Must run 0. So we'll set up 4th and 5. Stay in the pro set here. That line does go 3-3-5. Long to Carmichael, one man deep. Incomplete, so Adline will take over. Will not be able to immediately run out the clock. 3 timeouts for Philadelphia, 1:52 left. Adline with the ball at their own 48. Zorn's not a big snap fumble guy. Neither is Todd. Bare minimum for Todd. I think Zorn is probably the same. Zorn's had problems with fumbles at different points in his career, but this isn't one of them. Off tackle right, Pruitt. He loses a yard. Yeah, Zorn is a bare minimum fumble. First timeout taken by Philadelphia. 1:45 remaining. And we'll take a look at the touchdown we have on Tommy Vicarito on 2 there. He's got some other yards there, but Luke Picone, number 2 guy, is not going to do much. But if it's a number 2 guy, you need a short punt or a long punt, and a long punt is going to go in the end zone a long time. So Vicarito definitely gives you a shot. There's an off tackle. He's got 6. Got a block there for Deerdorf. Timeout, 3rd and 5. So he didn't get out of contain, but he did get it to 3rd and 5. The Philly 47. It's going to be off tackle right, short yardage. Linebacker in zone -1 or +4. He beat him and got 4. Set up a very interesting 4th and 1 at the Philly 43. You could win the game almost for sure if you get it, but you get an extra 30, 35 yards to defend if you punt. He is going to punt. And again, Vicarito's got the touchdown on 2, even though if it goes for the coffin corner, doesn't mean he gets it. He will get it, though. And 90 yards to go for Philadelphia. No timeouts. 1:22 left. We saw in a championship game this year an unbelievable punt return touchdown in S28 where after holding and getting to a chance, they go for the coffin corner. They don't get it. Comes to the number 1 returner. He's got a touchdown on 4. He hits it in the last 30 seconds or so of the football game to win the championship. So never know what can happen in Strat. Helps to have a touchdown on 4 on your punt return, though. Long to Springs, 2 men deep. Still got time for dump-offs here, and he's got one coming. It's going to be a 9-yard pickup. Doesn't get out of bounds. 2nd and 1. 1 minute remaining. Long to McCollum, 2 men deep. Incomplete, but there's a penalty. Offsides that line, so get the ball out to the Philly 24 with 52 seconds left. First down. And Todd's got a long gain on 3 and a completion on 2, but only 3 units of long gain on his card. But with no timeouts, you can't really afford to get a bunch of short gains. 3-2-6. It's a possibility he could run it here, though, but unlikely. Needs 76 yards and 8 plays. Short to Carmichael. He's being double teamed. He's going to need a dump off. It's going to be defender X or short gain, incomplete. 45 seconds left. Long to McCullum, not double team, 2 men. Incomplete. Set up 3rd and 10. Three, 2, 6. Short to Springs, not doubled. It's a sack. Ken Clark gets home. That's going to make it tough. 4th and 17 at their own 17, 22 seconds left. Dump off is out of play here. And anything in bounds would require a spike. He's being double teamed. Long to Carmichael, 2 men deep. It's going to be incomplete unless there's a penalty. It's pretty much going to do it. Just a kneel down away for Jim Zorn. And Adline will advance to the conference championship to host the Tombstone Black Riders. A couple of teams with their charter name, the Adline Assassins, will be hosting the Tombstone Black Riders. Congratulations to Kurt with Philadelphia getting into the playoffs and playing a really good game, losing 35-28. And, of course, Anthony for having the number 1 seed in the AFC, winning the Marine Division and getting to the finals here with the home court advantage. All right. Looks like we've got Anthony heading over to the broadcast, so let's get ready for him. There we go. Congratulations, Anthony. How you doing?
Thanks, Tim. Survive in advance.
Exactly. That's a great game to watch. I hope it was as much fun to play.
Oh, it was no, it was not fun. No. Not at all. Not at all fun. Needed every little inch I could get. Defense was just abysmal tonight, he could pretty much do what he wanted. On offense, it felt like, I'm curious what the box says. Pretty close, right?
Yeah. Yards were very even. 3rd down percentage, slight advantage for you. A couple more first downs. Of course, the huge and difference-making touchdown by Jeff Turner at the end of the first half.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher,
I mean, yes.
Yeah. The one and only.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a mid-early round draft pick, grabbing him for that touchdown, So you draft these guys for a reason. It's nice to see them pay off in the playoffs, but really I had no business leading at halftime, as you know.
It was down. Go ahead.
It was down 7, just hoping to hopefully get a field goal and be down 4, happened to get in, and then Fisher really just flipped the script, which helped. I mean, it didn't. I mean, as you saw, he came right back down. I mean, his offense just evened it right back up. I mean, it became a distant memory pretty quick. Of course, those 7 points never go away, but from a game script perspective, from sort of in your head perspective, I mean, that was very short memory, right? It was back to just a 1-score game back and forth in a matter of minutes, it felt like. And
yes.
It played that way down the end. I mean, really, the key play had to be the punt from Jennings that hit the -1.
That was huge.
Yep, and that's what led to the touchdown. So
immediately you got into good field goal range with a 18-yard pickup, and that kind of allowed you to work the clock and, play for the touchdown, but work some clock as well.
Yep. And, I'm always looking for that chance to surprise him with a short pass, to Lofton for 20 yards or something, but I'm pretty sure Lofton didn't have a catch. Did he even have one? Okay, he got one. I don't know what it was, dump off or something, but
18-yard, and I think you're right. It was that dump off at the end.
Yeah, so he was a non-factor. And then on the last drive, after holding on fourth down, obviously his fourth down conversion against Jack Lambert to tie the score, going back a drive now. Okay, so he was down 7 mid fourth quarter roughly, and he had a 4th and like a 4th and 5. So we have containment, right?
Yep, perfect containment, and it gets the block, I believe. No, we got the plus 11, I think.
You got a 8-yard gain somehow.
Yeah, off tackle 8, I think.
Yeah, and 1, 2, 3, it's boom over with Lambert in there, and a couple of different ways on the defensive card where it wouldn't go his way either, but got that fourth down. I was like, oh boy, I'm in trouble here.
Yep.
What's that?
Oh, I just say you got several big third down conversions on Zorn short to Solomon.
Yep. Yeah, I was really getting some rough rolls on first and second down, as you saw there. I didn't deserve 50 yards or anything, but I also didn't deserve 0.
Right.
And getting stuck in these third and longs, and Zorn bailed us out. Probably felt like 3 times or so tonight. On third and first down nothing, second down nothing. Zorn bail out. It helped that his pass rush was a little bit below average, so that opened up some dump offs, which really helped. Now, when I got the ball on the last drive, there's decisions. Midfield. I mean, if you're ever going to just run it 3 times and punt it, that was it. On my final drive, make him burn his timeout. Play it completely by the book.
Yeah, you got it to 4th and 1, but it was do I want a 90-yard field or a 55-yard field? I guess it was if I don't make it. So,
and he still had time to run it. I mean, he got it back with what? With how much time here?
I thought about it though, and I kind of felt like he's not a big long gain guy, and I didn't think he could afford 6 plays to get 3 short gains. Really, I mean, he needed a chunk play, and that's where Todd's not as good. He's not a great guess right long passer. He's a guess wrong long passer, but not right. So
yeah, that's true. So I had to just sit back and hope for the best, and it worked out. But so much in that game that went my way roll wise to set it up to even get it to that point where we had the fourth quarter that we had. I don't know if you joined the broadcast, but my first touchdown was off of a punt fumble.
Yes, and then you fumbled one, but recovered it.
Yeah. Now the one that punt fumble I recovered came off of a long pass 0-man guessed wrong to James Lofton that missed. So
right.
that was third down. I was like, well, that's one of the luckiest things that can happen in strat is you get the punt fumble. But boy, it just felt like that was the long pass do-over, right? Basically a completion for Lofton. Was that punt fumble. And then, as you said, I was lucky enough to recover Fisher's fumble coming back the other way.
He did get a couple of long gains to Carmichael, and that's going to be part of the problem. Anytime you play a running back that has 30 carries and is as good as Montgomery is, you're going to have to allow some guess wrong long passes. And he did happen to hit a couple, but I thought a big play for you in the fourth was Zorn with a +10 must run.
Yeah,
kept down in distance to the point must run was definitely in it because it was like 3rd and 6 on the play, but you got the must run, and then you're like, okay, this is exactly where Zorn really pays off. He's got 6 chances of it, and he's good. So
yep, for sure. Boy, another point too. It just slipped my mind, but tough team. Tough team. you're right with Montgomery and Todd. Oh yeah, that was the point. Was that, coming into it, I was gonna guess run more, just because I had the good pass D. I was gonna rely on that a little bit to hopefully take away some chances, but he still hit him. I didn't really feel the good pass D. It didn't really show up in any obvious way. That strategy just did not pan out, I think, for me. That happens, it's the way it goes. But that was the thought coming in, and somehow, some way, we got it done, and we advanced to face Tombstone next.
Yep, and 4 touchdown passes for Zorn, 3 to Derek Ramsey, and a couple of those out of the full house, or no, maybe one. Yeah, just one, but out of the 3 running back, 2 wide receiver set, which obviously your team's going to be good at, because you've got good runners, got strong. They're almost sure going to punch it in, and then you've got the extra blocking help. But those are also guys that can, kind of catch the ball. Oh, that's right. You did have 2. One went to Barkham and one to Ramsey inside the 10. So
yeah,
big game for Zorn.
Yeah, that's right. And look, playoffs. We talk about this a lot, Tim. Right? That offensive tendencies. Typically,
Yes.
you're gonna mask them. You're gonna do different things offensively. But one thing I think every coach has a tough time. The counterpoint on this, I think every coach. This is Strat overall. Every coach has a tough time understanding their defensive tendencies really well. And and one thing the reports don't really give you a good view on, at least at face value, is your defensive tendencies. So, you can sort of back into those a little bit if you really dig into the stats and try to figure out and in situations, understand more or less what your opponent's going to do there. And I saw something in Philly about passing on first down at the goal to go. And it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, some of those are hard to pick up on, and it's like you're saying, especially hard to counter scout your own team and try to figure out, what am I doing that's showing? We all do it, and it's hard sometimes, because you figure, I've only been in 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6, maybe 3 times in this game. Is it right for me to get too far away from my tendencies? I mean, this is kind of the way our team plays best, by doing blah blah blah. And both you guys had middle linebacker 6s. So for me, when you get to a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6, I want to be in 3-3-5 at all times, due to the fact that gives me containment in both off tackle zones and the line bug zone, as long as I don't move that guy, and gets me an extra, defensive back onto the field. But I like it for the former point more than the latter. And that's a really great weapon for a team in any era, but especially an era like we're in, where there's a lot of guys that'll get 6 or more yards, guess wrong. And 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 is not that big a deal, even if you've, got a guy there for contained, if he's not a 6. So,
yes.
And that's the way you felt when Wilbert Montgomery, got the non-containment +8. But that's definitely the way I think most teams want to play it. And that's a huge advantage, having that inside linebacker 6 on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Everybody thinks about how their team will play on 1st and 10, but thinking of and getting good at being able to play well on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 is just as important. So
I felt particularly comfortable because, overall, this Philadelphia was middle of the pack, 9th and 4th down attempts.
Mm-hmm.
But with all those Montgomery 3rd down runs, and there was a ton of them this year, you'd expect top 5 4th down conversion attempts, at least. So without that, it's like, well, all right, if he's going to incline to punt anyway, going to let him run there and not worry about the 4th and 1, whatever the white die shows in the contain. And because I'll expect a punt, but boy, it sure didn't work out that way, which is one of the great things about the game, right? So
exactly. And it's funny you bring that up, because that's a great observation, obviously, knowing, that you're less likely, even if it's 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, maybe to have them go for it. But you also, and I'm sure you counter thought this out, that might have been against teams that didn't have a 6 right linebacker and a 6 middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And
right.
you're factoring that in as well. So
yes, for sure. It didn't matter though, right? Which is great. So
yeah.
yeah. Now I lost to Tombstone in the regular season, lost to Philadelphia 2-0, by the way. So I was 0-3 coming into this against the other opponents in the conference.
Yep.
So, knocked one out here. That game against Tombstone, just taking a look at that, was a 34-28 loss where Tombstone scored with 3:18 left to get it. And let's see, Morton had a great game, 106 rating. So, and Wendell Tyler ran for 158, averaged 11.3, hit one of his long ones you mentioned on the last broadcast.
69, I think.
Yeah, he went for 59 on it, on his 69. So, it was another game where I really struggled defensively. So he averaged 7.7 per play. I mean, that's ungodly. So got to find a way to contain the offense. The running backs for Tombstone with the offensive line they have shouldn't produce like that. But if you're running guests wrong all the time, you got a shot. So,
yep. And I brought it up. Hopefully you'll listen to the broadcast, but I brought it up a few times. You're not showing free safety blitz a lot, but it's not really a big part of your team. It didn't look like, based on the number of sack chances. It looked like you did it when the opportunity presented itself rather than just sort of automatically. And you had a big sack out of Alzado, who when your starter would not, I believe it was a 6, and you brought in a 10, starter would not have made that sack. And it was not a big sack, -3, but it's a big play. So
on the third down. But on the point on the safety blitz, that's a good point. So coming into the game, the philosophy, the strategy was to actually call blitz frequently. And that was just because of his small ball tendencies, right? So Philadelphia really played off Montgomery run, Springs flat pass, right? And then
they didn't throw it long a lot, if I remember right. So
so I wanted another man in the box. So the idea was to blitz a lot, to get a man up. The free safety could go into the end run zone and not leave Springs uncovered. Okay.
Yes.
And then I noticed he throws flat pass right against me all the time. It was something like 10-0 in the game we played. He threw it right. So I wasn't worried about my 6 right linebacker covering Montgomery. I brought him to the off tackle zone, brought the free safety up. Seemed like the right strategy, but I was getting nowhere with it, Tim. I was getting nowhere. So I eventually backed out of it. So, I'd like to think the cards are the dice will eventually even it out. It just wasn't working.
I brought it up that even though you did end up, and you're going to on 2nd and 10, there's going to be times Montgomery is guessed wrong, but a lot of his end run guessed wrongs were with the linebacker in zone, and even a lot of his off tackle plays. And there's more than one way to play the run. One of them definitely is using, your back guys to move up and give you support off the run D card. So
yes, and it was a lot of swings and misses. I don't think my linebackers made a play today.
You made what would have been a +8 became a +3, but it was like 3rd and 3. So he still picked up, I think Springs got it, but still picked up the first down. But it didn't feel like you got the rolls off of the D card that made a big difference as much, even though you did have a linebacker up a lot. So
I think you're right. And we can actually find that out in the strat report here. Let's just take a quick look at it. My men in zone and run had to be high. Let's see, team stratomatic report, just one game, so it's going to show us the results of this game here. Men in zone, defense, end run 1.5. So, half the time, which is a pretty big percentage, I had a guy up there.
Yeah, and that was similar. I believe you're at 1.4 for the regular season, if I remember right. But I noticed, and everybody, it's not a surprise. Everybody knows you can't draw your way out of moving a guy into the end run zone. So
right, exactly.
It gives you a little extra boost. Well, you may be taping the basketball game, so I will not say anything, but I'm going to jump off so that I can watch the end of it.
Right
I
on.
tape a lot of games, so that's why I bring it up. I'm not going to say anything, but anyway, I'm going to watch it, and I'm sure you're going to one way or another. So
Yes, watch the O's game and watch the basketball game here. The game tomorrow night, I've got a Little League game again. Just happens to be falling on all Little League games. So I'm not going to be able to broadcast. If you guys start on time, I'll at least be able to silent cast it. So at least get the recording down
okay,
for everybody at the very least. I already checked with Dennis; doesn't look good for him either. But Tim, I'll we'll talk tomorrow and make sure somehow, some way it gets down on tape.
yep. And congratulations again, and good luck in the AFC Championship game hosting.
Thank you, and thanks for your flexibility tonight. Appreciate your broadcast.
You bet. Take care.
All right, have a good night.
That was a good game, and glad Anthony joined for IFL Broadcasting. Hope you guys have a great night. Later.